On this episode of Latitudes, we check out the poles. First, we explore the winter wonderland of Finland. This northern exposure offers the tourist many wonderful and exciting options. From the North Pole, we travel south to Australia's southern coast to visit a unique colony of small penguins. We continue south to Antarctica on board a Russian icebreaker for a most spectacular holiday expedition to the world's most southern ocean. This is Finland. It's a wonderland which has its very own individual Nordic identity. Its unspoiled natural environment is the perfect setting for all kinds of activities, whether you're seeking excitement or relaxation. Finland has a vibrant cultural life, with a busy calendar of festivals and events to suit every taste. The activities that Finnish summer has to offer may already be familiar to many. However, there is a significant difference in the way you experience them in a Finnish summer. Bright nights, geographical differences and variations in terrain give you a much wider selection of recreational activities to choose from. However, it is winter in Finland that is really special. Finland is the only country in Western Europe that can guarantee the white flakes that are required to enjoy a full range of winter activities and sports. Even in a mild winter, a vast snowfall is assured. Many people will be surprised to learn that Finland's cold climate is not damp like other similar countries. The cold air is not unpleasant and is very dry due to the dry continental climate. It's practically a paradise for people used to damp winters. The mean temperature for the coldest month, which is January, is 3 to 20 degrees below zero, and the high tourism season begins in early February. In Lapland, in the northern region of Finland, the long days in March and April mean 16 hours of winter sports in brilliant sunshine. The peak season for outdoor activities in this area is February to March. The winter season extends well into May in the northwestern corner of Lapland, and there is always plenty of snow in eastern and northern Finland, even if the winter is unusually mild. The Finnish winter, which lasts 6 months, makes it possible to enjoy a wide variety of activities in an impressive setting. You can also go on excursions with reindeers or huskies. Sitting in a sledge and hearing the breathing of the animals and their steps in the snow is something that is not easily forgotten. Snowmobiling is a chapter of its own. You can flash through deep drifts of snow in the forests, over the lakes, and up to the top of the fells. This is a really great way to explore the natural environment and its flora and fauna. It doesn't take long to get used to the Finnish winter, and it doesn't take long to pick up the snow-how of the Finns. Tranquility, scenic beauty, guaranteed snow. That's the Finnish winter wonderland. Here's another novel thing to try, a romantic night in an igloo. This is a hotel that's made up of individual igloos. These are created in the traditional method and are 100% snow and ice. It can be a magical way to spend a few nights. The cold is kept at bay as you're tucked into an eiderdown sleeping bag on a snowbed covered with reindeer skins and wool rugs, all of which provides excellent insulation. Need time and a place to relax? Want to experience something new without the jolt of a cultural shock? Fed up with sprawling cities full of stressed people and smog? Then visit the city of Helsinki, Finland's capital. Here, you can enjoy fresh air, attractive architecture, good food, cleanliness, and friendly people. The city is full of contrasts, from the buzz of the business city to the tranquility of the suburbs. This is the perfect place to shop for those items that reflect Finnish culture. Lovers of art and culture will discover a varied calendar of events and activities, including all kinds of music, dance, ballet, opera performances and festivals every day. If you're not too tired after seeing the sights, there's a vivacious nightlife, an ample choice of bars and cafes, a range of classy clubs and a thriving rock and pop scene. The extremely safe and clean cities, unspoiled natural environments, fresh, unpolluted air, the presence of the sea and the green flora are what makes Finland an ideal holiday destination. Phillip Island is a small island just off the southern state of Victoria. Here you can experience one of Australia's most popular attractions. Each night at sunset, a parade is performed. Little penguins returning ashore after a day's fishing. These are the world's smallest penguins in their natural habitat. The penguin parade is viewed from stands and boardwalks. You can also explore interactive and educational displays in the visitors centre and take the walking tracks that cover some of the world's greatest seascapes. The penguins at Phillip Island are the smallest of 17 species of penguins in the world. They're only 33 centimetres tall. Their largest Antarctic cousin is the emperor penguin, which can grow to 1.3 metres. Most people will be surprised to know that penguins are only found in the southern hemisphere. So you'll never see a penguin and a polar bear together in the wild. These penguins were once called fairy penguins. However, their name has been changed to little penguin, which is a more accurate translation of their scientific name, Eudiptera minor. A little penguin can actually sleep at sea, dozing as it floats on the surface. penguins may swim 15 to 20 kilometres a day searching for small fish to eat. One penguin was recorded travelling 100 kilometres in one day. They can dive to depths of 50 metres, and one penguin was recorded diving to 63 metres. Amazingly, these small air-breathing birds can remain at sea for weeks at a time. However, they do get landlocked for a 17-day period while they molt. This occurs yearly. The feather structure keeps their skin 100% dry. They are completely waterproof. A little penguin's life is not easy. Their natural hazards include sharks, birds of prey, rough weather, and fish shortages. We humans have increased the hazards with our plastic rubbish, oil spills, and on land they have been struck by cars. But the worst thing we've done to harm these cute little critters was introducing foxes, cats and dogs to the area. A fox may kill as many as 30 or 40 penguins in one night. The fox is the penguin's main predator and keeps the rangers busy protecting the penguins. The Penguin Parade research team are world leaders in the study of little penguins and have done much to ensure the penguins' survival at Phillip Island. Phillip Island Nature Park is a self-funding organisation dedicated to protecting little penguins and other wildlife and their habitats on Phillip Island. The Penguin Parade has become the #1 wildlife tourist destination in Australia, with over 500,000 visitors per year. The rangers and local experts are nationally accredited eco-guides and can take visitors on behind-the-scenes tours to their favourite sites in the park, from the beaches to the bush, and from the rock pools to the wetland. The tours are flexible but must be scheduled to fit in with the tides and opportune wildlife viewing times. If you're visiting Melbourne, which is Victoria's capital city, be sure to visit the little penguins of Phillip Island. This is the small town of Ushuaia on the southern tip of Argentina. It is very picturesque but cold and rugged. This is also the gateway to Antarctica. This is the wharf at Ushuaia and is the departure point of the Polar Pioneer. Polar Pioneer was built in Finland in 1985 as an ice-strengthened research ship. And for many years she plied the treacherous waters of the USSR's northern coast. In 2000, she was refurbished in St. Petersburg to provide comfortable accommodation for 54 passengers. The Polar Pioneer is one of the most respected tour ships that is now taking adventure seekers to some of the most harsh environments of the world, Antarctica. As the ship departs, great views of the area can be had. However, some passengers have expressed attention as the vessel leaves the safe waters of the bay and enters the most southern region of the Pacific Ocean. But a visit to the bridge of Polar Pioneer puts everybody at ease. It's spacious and fitted out with the latest state-of-the-art navigational equipment. And the Russian captain and crew are among the most experienced ice navigators in the world. This vessel's crew is legendary in both their experience and enthusiasm to share their knowledge with the passengers. Rough water can be experienced, but this ship was built to ply these waterways. Again, a visit to the bridge to witness the crew working their trade against nature is one of the most exciting aspects of the journey. Every departure of the Polar Pioneer is the start of an adventure. Due to weather currents and sea conditions, the tour operators often make changes to the intended itinerary at the last moment if they see an opportunity to incorporate other locations. This means the Polar Pioneer can at times be up to 100 miles from the expected location on the itinerary. For the most part, it's generally smooth sailing, and travelling time can be spent on deck taking in the sights, in the bar and lounge areas, or you can attend the many slideshows and talks that are conducted by the speakers and guides that conduct the off-board journeys. The first sight of the ice-locked areas of Antarctica is one of the highlights of these tours. The Polar Pioneer runs closely along the coastline to give the passengers the best views. The deep waters of the area allow the vessel to navigate very closely to the shoreline. The majesty of the wilderness can be overwhelming, and a sense of isolation is felt by many passengers. After the onboard talks, the areas have relevance as the hardships of the early pioneers on warden ships become more clear at this time. The sense of isolation is broken when one tour ship passes another. Here the crews relay weather and condition information to each other. The isolation can also be relieved with the presence of the largest mammals, whales. Passing through the soaring cliffs of the New Maya Channel, one of Antarctica's most exciting anchorages becomes visible, Port Lockroy. During World War II, the British set up a base here to protect interests in the Southern Ocean. The base has recently been restored. Nearby is a large Gentoo penguin rookery. Surprisingly, there is a post office and souvenir shop here that's open during portions of the summer. The animals are not scared of humans, and some great photos can be obtained here. An old whaling station is also on this tour. Port Lockroy is the most popular tourist stop in Antarctica. In 1998 to 99, there were 6,473 visitors. Further on, the water shows the first signs of ice. The first icebergs are soon gliding past Polar Pioneer's side, and the bow is breaking smaller bergs. This is exactly the type of environment the Polar Pioneer, its crew and the speakers are at home in. People are generally overawed by the colour and formations of these floating pieces of art. Now deeper into the ice-laden waters, the Polar Pioneer sets anchor in a quiet and tranquil bay. As the anchors are dropped, passengers are advised to prepare for their first opportunity at getting a very close look at some smaller icebergs and other natural ice-like sculptures. The Zodiac journeys are conducted by experts and researchers. In-depth explanations of the workings of this iced-over terrain are given throughout every expedition. The information given by the guides gives the visitor a true insight to the marvels of Antarctica. On this expedition, a short look at an unmanned research station was organised before the guides took the group deeper into the ice-covered waters. The seals are a favourite, and if they awaken, they will often greet the visitors by putting on a display of high-class water aerobics. Again, the crew took an opportunity provided by weather and light conditions to give these passengers a treat. The tranquility of the scene is only broken by the outboard motors of the Zodiacs as they motor through the pristine environment. The seals add yet another dimension to the experience. The shapes and colours of the ice formations are mesmerising, and the clarity of the water acts as a prism to even further enhance the spectacle.
Sort of hanging on, isn't it?
Many people have commented on the light conditions in the Antarctic region, which can be bright as a summer's day or as sullen as a winter's day. But in between is the magic. Hazes and glows contribute to the Antarctic light show.
Oh, look at the seals in the water down here. Oh,
Occasionally, a truly mind-numbing event can be observed. This group witnessed the collapsing of a smaller iceberg. Like the light which can mesmerise the eyes, time can also play tricks on the mind. In no time it seems that this expedition is over, and it's time to return to the warmth and comfort of the Polar Pioneer. Join Latitudes again when we next trek the globe and explore fabulous and exciting holiday destinations. For further information regarding any story on this episode, log on to www.pbtv.com.au. This program is proudly supported by PATA and Always Dive Australia.